Welcome back. We're here at Academy USA for Game 2 of AABA. Game Day 1. After the first game, Arabuni took down Academy USA in a bit of a lopsided game. We're back here. I'm Zando Arzamani alongside Patrick and Alec Armenian. Guys, what are you expecting to see in this game?
Alec, would you like to start first?
Well, Pat and I were former players on this Aragats team, coached by our dad, and we spent 2 seasons with them, got a good feel for their strengths, their weaknesses. They've added some new guys. They're a young team, probably the youngest team in this league. Their biggest challenge is definitely going to be sticking together through the tough times like we did, in the last couple of seasons. So can they do that? That's the biggest question mark I have for them.
And we were talking about how they've added some size in the offseason, but Armens is one of the biggest teams in this whole tournament, especially with Odiambo, who's 7 feet tall.
Oh, no doubt about that. You definitely add a 7-footer. That's going to help your chances in any league you play in. But I just want to talk about the production level from guys like Warren and Gabby, because those two are dangerous, athletic players. They space the floor. They're excellent finishers. If you can somehow contain those two, I think you'll have a chance in this game, especially for Aragats.
And Armens has, we're talking about the guard play for Aragats. They have Derek and they have Shant, but Tade is no slouch himself with the way he can score. I mean, he just became a realtor, and look, he's looking to drop 40 on the house market and drop 40 on the court. He's just that type of guy. And then, obviously, they have a guy like Harut, who's an excellent hustle player, a little bit like Allen and Armand in the way that he just keeps going, and also a good rim protector.
One thing from Argos I'm looking to see is the production from Greg Kishishian. Greg, I've guarded him in the runs and practices, and he was our teammate in the previous run. He is a natural scorer. He gets up so high on those shots. He can shoot from anywhere on the court. His production level is key for Aragats. If he can get going and space the floor for the other guys, they'll be in good shape.
Greg has what I like to call sneaky bounce.
Oh, definitely. The guy was a soccer player before he was a basketball player. He's got the footwork. He's got the athleticism. But the key for him, can he play consistent defense, match up with his guy, and stick with him? That's what I want to see from him today. Because I know guys like Derek and Sean can play defense. But I want to see that from Greg today.
Just want to say one more quick word before this tip-off. That pregame was sponsored by LA Storm. We want to give a shout-out to them.
Right off the bat, Aragats wins the tip. Eliassi, dribble handoff, Kashishian. Instantly getting Aragats going. And we were talking about the camaraderie yesterday in our production meeting about this team. And instantly, Shanka Legend hyping up his teammate, yelling green like it's 2K. Warren gets it to Tade. Tade, quick trigger. Eliassi pulls it down.
You know the one thing I like about this matchup, guys, is being coached by 2 excellent coaches. I'm not just saying this out of bias, but I do think Coach V and obviously Dad, Coach BJ, they are the best coaches in this league. They're very system-oriented, very organized, and detail-oriented. So that's going to be key for both teams.
And for Coach BJ, he has a lot of familiarity on this team. He has Derek, who plays on his RRA team, Trent, and even Alex Shabazi and Shabazz, who's another guy he has experience with as Davis gets things kicked off for the Armens. Legend gets around Todd, and what a Euro step. Greg, no good on the second. Aragats somehow gets the ball back. Derek pulls.
And guys, looking into the crowd, I like what I see. We got a good amount of people here at Academy USA watching this game.
Warren gets the foul. Eliassi swipe. Already this game compared to last, more outside shooting.
Big matchup here. Mismatch, I should say.
Gabby finds Harut on the cut, and Harut slams it. Harut's like a pogo stick. between the athleticism of Harut and Gabby, there's to be a lot of dunks as Tade on the break. Toronis fouls. Tade's shaking his head like, I could have just finished that.
That was a good foul. Stop that layup. Make him earn it on the line. You know, guys, this Armens team is comprised of guys that were on the previous team before this one. Tade used to play with Pasadena Artsakh. Roman Davis used to play on Hollywood Hrazdan. Warren used to play on Hollywood Hrazdan. It's interesting how they're able to mix these teams together.
And, you know, I think a factor of players like Warren coming over to this team is that Vikens, the coach, Vikens is trainer. Warren was actually on this court training last night before this action today. And Gabby, obviously another guy that trains with Viken. We were talking about familiarity with BJ's team. Viken's got some familiarity too.
I think that does a lot for a player's confidence and the respect that goes towards the coach when you've been with him before in a certain situation. So, nice play. That looked like a goaltend for sure.
I thought that looked like goaltending.
There's Haru protecting the rim. Warren drives.
And that looked like a foul over there. A lot of contact.
Refs decide not to call it. Other way, Collegian pump fake, gets Tade to jump. Doesn't stay down, but Toronis with a short corner jumper. Davis pulls it.
Good
Awkward
hustle by
pass.
Eric, pushing it the other way now.
Finds Collegian. Those who were a dynamic backcourt at Hoover High School. And, you know, as I look around, especially all amongst this tournament, there's a lot of Pacific League talent players that have played at Hoover, GHS, CV. I mean, just on the court right now, we have Derek, we have Trent, we have Shant, we have Harut. Harut, who played on the most historic Center Valley basketball team of all time, winning 29 games. Greg with the pull-up jumper.
Nice shot by Greg there.
And then we're going to mention people that have played high school basketball. How about the guy who hasn't played high school basketball, Greg Kishishian, a guy who never played on a high school basketball team but continued to work as Gabby gets right to the cup.
Where is that help there, guys? You force some baseline. You're doing your job, but there's got to be some help back there.
Toronis in. No good. And there's Derek flexing a little muscle with the putback.
Derek's a bulldog. He's one of the toughest guys. And here comes another bulldog, Gabby.
Gabby just looks like he's hanging in the air when he's finishing. I guess the and one. The gold medalist saying that's weight room right there. And early on, Pat, you were saying, where's the help defense? If last game didn't teach you anything, defense is like less than offense in all of these games. It's just offense, offense, offense.
Now that shows you, Zando, the best teams that play defense are the ones that win championships. And I'm not trying to sound cliche, but that's the truth.
Trent catches, double by Tade. Almost pokes it free. Good find by Greg, out to Toronis. Step back, Shant. Long on the attempt as the shot clock expires. Pull up Warren with the easy two.
Warren has a really nice mid-range jump shot. Not really known for it to be a three-point shooter, but that mid-range game of his is almost unguardable.
We saw how efficient Jabari Hawkins was last game for the mid-range. Maybe Helliger's going to bring some of that into this game. Gabby and Harth on the break lob. Harth doesn't get the touch at the rim. Now it's the other way. Derek finds shot. Transition inside, and Collegian draws the foul.
You know, Xander, one thing I want to talk about, Aragats, they're all friends with each other. They've all played basketball with each other, either at home and men or even in this league here. This Armens team, I feel not too many of them have played together before.
That's definitely true, Pat, but individually, talent-wise, they have some of the best players in the whole tournament. I mean, just look at guys like Tade. Tade was a Division I basketball player. Tade played professionally in Armenia. He's a guy that's no slouch.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Tade, to me, is top 5 guard in this league. His IQ, his skill set. He's a definite threat out there.
Armens up 3 with 5.5 left in the first. Warren working on Greg inside. Good defense by Greg. Now here comes Andrew Petrosian checking in. Collegian will come out. Alex Shabazian also in the game, matched up against Harut. Into Tada. Tada takes the screen, finds Davis, and Davis off the glass and gets it to go. Tahanian has blown right by Derek.
Nice
Good
take by
take.
Derek there.
And Derek not backing down with the bigger defenders on him, whether it's Gabby or Hart. He's going straight at them. Tada now,
Oh, it's a tough shot.
kiss off the glass.
As a defender, there's nothing you can do. You're in front of him. You contest. It's just not an easy shot.
And we want to talk about offensive oriented. Tada sees one go down, and that might be it. Petrosian can't answer. Other way, Warren right down the middle. Good job by Eliassi and Shabazian closing in on him. And right by Davis, Derek goes to the hoop and draws a foul.
That's truly where Aragats is probably going to be at their best, pushing the ball on the fast break, finding the open shooters. You don't want to slow down the game when you have a mismatch on the opposite end on the size.
Derek knocks down the first.
And speaking of size,
Oh. Ferdo Liambo is not lacking in that category. Derek knocks down both free throws. And Collegian checks in for him.
You know, guys, if you're Armens, is championship, getting back to that championship game, the first thing on your mind or the only thing on your mind? Or do you take it game by game?
I think the factor of there being some new pieces, maybe they don't really they're not really thinking, like we lost the championship game. Like a guy like Tada who wasn't on the team, or a guy like Warren who actually won the championship on the other team. It's not really in his mind. I think you gotta just think of it as a clean slate, new game, and just approach it how you approach any game. Go 1-0. Greg on Warren. That looked good. Hart with the board. Out to Gabby. Gabby, one leg jumper. No good. 6 on the shot clock. Doesn't reset.
And one thing I want to see from Aragats is a little bit more physicality. They lack in the size, but you can still body, you can still try to box out, push a little bit. You have to against a team that's bigger than you. You can't give anything easy.
Gabby almost hit that one from the parking lot. Greg the other way. Kishishin tries getting it through to Kardosh. And Gabby with an easy steal. Other way against Collegian. And that'll be a delay of game warning on Gabby. I don't think that phased him, huh? Just sticking his tongue out after.
Gabby is another one of those players where his passion could get the better of him. You know, we've seen him get very emotional. Right now, he's still talking a little bit, but he's at his best when he just plays the game and not think about it.
Gabby getting right back into Collegian. Good pass in the corner. Shabazian no good.
you know, Al gets a little happy with that three-point line as a big. He's got the size. Once in a while, you got to look inside, go to the post.
And there's Haru muscling his way for 2 points.
See, this is where being the younger team, the demeanor already kind of slipping a little bit. Got to regroup.
You just need a bucket on this possession. Kardosh. No good. And it seems like the bigs for Aragats are taking a little too many outside shots. As Haru right inside with the reverse layup. Timeout Aragats. And the Armens are taking control of this one early. Up 9 with 2:24 left in the first quarter.
I like this timeout. You don't want the lead to slip and get it out of your grasp. But the one thing I'm noticing with this team, with Aragats, some of their shot selections aren't there right now. I mean, earlier in the game, they were taking good quality shots. You take those kind of poor looks, Armens is going to exploit it and take advantage. And they have plenty of fast break points.
Yeah, the Armens have been doing a great job of creating turnovers. We saw it on the inbounds right in front of us. Gabby just got into the chest of Kalejian and stole it, went the other way for 2. It's just creating turnovers, speeding up the pace of the game. Really, in my opinion, whichever team in this tournament speeds up the pace the fastest, goes as quick as possible, as bad as that sounds in basketball terms, it helps them out, especially in a long game like this. Because you look up, all of a sudden, they're up 9. Gabby going to pick up his man full court right from the go.
You know, Zando, I can't help but notice you were talking about gold medal. I don't see Andres Zorabi on here.
And that's another big body for the Armens who's missing today. A great interior presence. Veronis hits Greg. Good play out of the timeout. Open look. But Veronis too strong. Other way to Hanyan. Right into Veronis. Gabby there to follow him up. And Gabby with the and 1.
You know, that's about the 3rd or 4th fast break opportunity already from Armens, where there's only one guy back from Aragats. It can happen. Can happen. You take a bad shot, turnovers happen, whatever the case, you got to get back.
One thing I'm noticing from the Armens too, once the shot is up, one guy is instantly sprinting across the half-court line and giving themselves that advantage. Harth contested, played some defense, rebound was up, he started running the other way. Armens now extend their lead to 11 points. Gabby puts it up to 12.
Really important 2 minutes here for Aragats. You want to cut this down just to a little bit more manageable.
Just keep it within single digits. Kishishian catches. Deep 3. Off back iron. Helliger pulls it down. Other way, 3-on-2 break. And he gets the points. Gabby just keeps yelling all day. And that's really where the size comes into play a factor. You could be there, you could contest, but if they could shoot over you, there's nothing you could do about it. Kalejian drive. Shovel past the Trent. Lucerarian blocked.
You can't expect much on that going up against the 7-footer.
Tare against Eliassi. Out to the corner. Suren off the backboard, right into the hands of Gabby for another easy 2 points.
There is no help right now inside for rebounding. I'm actually disappointed that a guy like Trent not really crashing, not really being active.
And just like that, another turnover, and the Armens go up 16.
Gabby putting pressure defense on Derek right now. Just
a lot of talk going on from Gabby over here.
And Tada with another bucket, saying, come on, give me the foul.
the refs just allowing these guys to talk. I'm surprised.
Stretch wouldn't be happy if he saw all the talking going on right now.
If Stretch got a T for saying basket and Gabby's calling someone his child, to me, they're pretty similar.
Legion, tough move into the hoop and one. And, we've been talking about the size for Armens, but Shant and Derek both not backing down. Neither of them timid going to the hoop.
Derek and Gabby still chatting it up.
I mean, those are just two competitors right there. Two guys that play their hearts out every time they're on the court.
Absolutely, but at some point you just got to let it go. Just keep playing the game. Let your game do the talking.
15 left on the game clock. First quarter coming to an end. Tade looks like he's going to hold for the last shot. Gabby sets a screen. Tade splits the double team. Inside shovel pass to Suren. And an offensive foul. Great job by Toronis sticking in there. 1.9 left on the clock. Quickly into Eliassi. Eliassi too strong on his attempt. And the Armens jump out to an early 15-point lead at the end of the first quarter. And it's been size, effort, and defense that's led them to this lead. We'll be right back after this short break.
One thing that I'll get back to in just a little bit is this matchup, guys, between Gabby and Derek when we get right back.
Second quarter action about to get going. Armens just with this lopsided performance. And Alec, I know you had one thing you really wanted to point out.
Yeah, honestly, if looking at the game, when I see guys chirping or guys talking to each other, if it helps you, it helps. Use that to your advantage, right? But if you're a guy like Derek on the other team where you're on the second end of it, right? You're getting talked to. You got to find a way to get through that little dry spell and don't let it get to you.
Shishin from the corner misfires. Odiambo with the board. Kashishin now working on Collegian. And he's just so good at that, drawing fouls, getting defenders off balance, getting them in the air. He's such a smart player.
He's extremely good at using his body to create contact. We forget, Tade played professional. He understands how to, we're talking about having that experience, being able to control your body and make good decisions under pressure. He's able to do that.
Tade knocks down the second free throw. And Gabby continuing to pick up guards full court. Dribble handoff, Collegian. Collegian pulls and banks it in. It's 320. Bank should be open still, no?
You'll take whatever you can get when you're down by 15.
And Tade not able to answer instantly. All right, back the other way. Kashishi into Toronis. And just like that, Aragats going on a little bit of a run.
Good look there by Greg.
No sloppy from Armens right now. Stay steady, move the ball around, make the right play.
And Eliassi with the board. Off to the races. And it looks like Greg's hobbled.
That's not a good sign for Aragats if he can't go. They need him.
Viken getting in the ear of Tade. Viken, a guy who's coached the Lebanese national team. He knows what he's doing. Also played on the Lebanese national team. That's a lot of basketball knowledge right there. Odiambo with the easy. I think any two is an easy two for him.
Hard to stop a man who is just that much bigger and taller than everybody.
Legend, great backdoor cut to Greg. Greg, after hitting the first one of the game, he's gone cold.
Greg getting a little frustrated. Shots aren't going down his way.
Inside Kashishian out to Gabby. Gabby with a great pass to Tade. Tade, that was a two. Outside Eliassi. Toronis. Corner, Trent. No good.
Not a lot of three-point power on the Aragats group. They have a few guys on the bench. A guy like Andrew Petrosian can come in, hit a few, but look into that mid-range if you can't hit that three right now.
And you know what? I think Aragats was getting stops for a couple possessions. 3-4 possessions, they prevented Armens from scoring. They just can't get the buckets on the offensive end. And Greg hits again, shaking his head like, finally I made one.
Missed the last couple shots. That must feel really good for him right now.
Back to the matchup, Gabby and Derek.
Trying to get a little too fancy with that. Keep it simple.
Armens up by 14. And Gabby now looking at Derek and Sean saying the scoreboard looks sad. Sean right inside finds Derek. Derek short on the attempt, Haru with the rebound. Haru confused by the call.
I didn't see enough there for an offensive foul. It was kind of an expecting call from the referee. .30
left in the first half. Aragats sticking in it despite Armens being dominant on the break. And Alec, you were talking about shooting. Petrosian checks in, but you take out a shooter in Greg. You have to wonder if that injury may be playing a factor with him.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you want to add as much shooting onto the court at the same time as you can. Something's probably bugging him or he need a breather, but I expect him to come back in just a minute.
Great defense by Sean, getting right up in Tade to force the miss. Inside Derek, Odiambo.
That's just something you can't.
You can't do anything about that if you're Derek. It's a good take. Tohanyan pulls it down. Gabby. Right past Petrosian to Roman Davis, who knocks down a three.
Roman's been working on that three-point shot of his. And I gotta say, looking good right now.
I think everything's looking good for the Armens at this point. Defense, offense. If it was football, their special teams would be great too. Collegian can't get it to go. Collegian and Eliassi both quiet, and on the other side, Gabby gets another bucket.
A little too much antics from Gabby right now, and then he wonders why some people don't take him seriously.
I don't understand this. You're up 19 points, and you still want to talk.
Hey, the thing I'll say about that, he keeps the same energy all game. Look, you may not like him on the other side of the court. As a teammate, I love that. I don't care if he's going to get taken out as Derek with a nice move to get the basket.
Oh,
Let
no
him do him.
doubt. Yeah, you want him on your team. There's no, because he's got the heart and the passion. But at some point, you just have to say enough's enough. Just play the game.
He's been doing a great job taking Derek and Shant out of the game too. Derek
Great
continuing
defense.
to compete and force a backcourt violation.
Great defense by Derek.
And you know, maybe Aragats' bench starts getting louder, starts having more fun with the game. You know, that leads to some stops. That leads to, you know, just easing into the game a little bit more. Derek hits the basket.
There we go.
Doing everything right now for his team.
As Suren on the
that-
opposite side.
That cannot happen if you're Aragats. It's a nice find by Odiabo.
They just lose him. Derek takes the screen out to Shant. Pelagian blows by the defender. Kardosh with the basket. In all my team seeing Shant play, or all my time seeing Shant play, I've never seen him shoot this poorly. Very out of character, and I think in the second half he's going to come out firing.
It hasn't been the best half for him, but I know having played with him, kid can get hot.
And Tade, speaking of getting hot, he's starting to feel it a little bit.
Nice mid-range.
Armens lead back up to 17 with 3.5 left. Another rebound and another break.
Good
That-
hustle.
Good hustle. Interesting pass.
It's a big
Eliassi,
one. Bang.
my bad, Collegian, he hits. And that's all he needs. You got to see one and get yourself going. Tade rejects the screen. And great job by Kardosh being there at the rim.
You work so hard to do that.
Good hustle from Aragats here.
And Armens getting sloppy with their passes. And they pay for it. Eliassi right back to the hoop and cuts the lead to 12.
Armen's definitely a little sloppy right now. Take your time with this one. Try to get a good look.
And you know, if you're Aragats, you cut the lead to single digits by halftime, you're in amazing shape. Odiambo, great post move.
It was a nice touch.
You know, having played for our dad for a long time, I can see him making a change second half, possibly going zone, seeing if, you know, the size can be changed, you know, the tempo of the size difference.
The Armens take a timeout, but you know what? If you're Aragats, great sign. Eliassi really is starting to feel himself at the end of this first half. He scored about 7 points in the past 2 minutes and just continues to get himself going and having a short-term memory.
You know what it is, Zando? They got the support of each other. They're all supporting each other. They're friends with each other. They have each other's back. That is key for any team. If you have that support, because I know for me, if I had missed a shot, the first person I'm down on is myself. I don't want to hear my teammate telling me, oh, why'd you take that shot? That's not a good look. I just want to see support, and they're getting that.
I'm going to steal this line from Mark Schlereth. They have a lot of camaraderie ship right now.
Mark, a good friend of the show.
I'm really liking the productive game of Harut Tahanyan. He's just all over the place. He's playing defense, rebounding. He's such a key player for this squad moving forward.
And that's exactly what you're going to get out of Harut night in and night out. A guy I know very well. No, actually, there's very few players on the court I can say I personally played with. He's one of them. He's just such a good player and an even better person.
Speaking of players you played with, Zando, your brother was on this Armens team last tournament. I don't see him here now. He's not even on the roster. He's not playing this tournament, huh?
Yeah, he's going to take this one off, and I don't know if there's a return in the future. Maybe better for the referees. He's a little vocal too. And I'm sure he's watching, shaking his head and laughing right now. Taught it right by Taronis for an easy 2.
That pick and roll, it's hard to guard for them right now. There's got to be some communication there. Armens is just taking advantage. Tada's taking advantage. In his previous tournament with AABA, that pick and roll he was running with Pasadena Artsakh, that was keeping them in the game.
Eliassi letting the ball roll up. Smart move, saving some time. Greg off the screen. Step back, good pass. Taronis, easy bucket.
Great look by Greg on that pick and roll. Second time those two have connected.
And Taronis started the game slow, but he's finding his footing now.
This is a big minute and a half here for Aragats, and at the same time, very important for Armens.
As Tada with find, Haru gets the contact, he'll go to the line.
And, you know, those are the kind of fouls you don't mind if you're Aragats. It's better than giving up a layup. You send the guy to the free throw line, you take your chances with that.
Armens lead back up to 14. And, you know, it looked like it was going to go over 20 at one point, but Aragats, great job staying composed and getting back in the game.
Great move there by Sean.
Nice take.
Very acrobatic finish by Shant. Another guy with sneaky bounce. He just hangs when he's in there. Gabby right into Taronis. And Taronis does a great job taking a charge.
That's his second charge he's taken today. I give him a lot of credit. He's sacrificing his body. He's playing extremely hard.
You know, we said it last game. You got to find ways to impact the game without scoring. And taking a charge is at the top of my list. Eliassi brings a minute left in the first half. Triple handoff, Shant. Inside. Warren with the defense. Other way, Helliger, pull up. And bucket.
Tough pull up there. See, those are the kind of possessions. You miss a shot on one end, you don't get back. It became a 14-point game where it could have been a 10-point game.
Kardosh finds Kashishian. Kashishian working on Odiambo. Deep three.
That's tough.
Eliassi takes a turn. And both Kashishi is battling for the ball. Possession goes to the Armens. 25 seconds left on the game clock. 1.7 sec or 24.7 on the game clock. Caught it right inside. And Oriambo, the back scratch and slam.
Gives enough time for Aragats to get the final possession.
Armens up 16. Derek Eliassi with the steal. And Gabby on the break gets fouled on the floor.
And see, that can happen if you're Aragats. You got to take that last shot. You're already down. You can't give them another possession there.
And the good thing is Gabby wasn't going up while that happened, because you would hate to see someone getting fouled in midair like that. That's just dangerous. Another timeout by Coach Viken. 4 seconds left in the half. What do you think is going to draw up here, Alec?
You know, honestly, I think they're going to go inside. But with 3 seconds left, I wouldn't be surprised with some kind of pass in, get it back, 3-point shot for Tade. That's how, unfortunately, that's how they beat us a few years ago, running a play just like that.
I still remember that. I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, Tade's got a quick trigger, man. And real quick, shout out to Fanzia for this great halftime graphic you're seeing right now and all the graphics you've been seeing all day. They've really outdone themselves with everything they've done for our broadcast. Huge thank you to Fanzia, by the fans, for the fans.
All right, 4 seconds.
Gabby's inbounding. Helliger catches at the top. 3, 2, pull up. No good. The Armens have dominated this game so far, getting out on the break early and taking a 16.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy, and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in the sun to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what you need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
back here at beautiful Academy USA, state-of-the-art gym. So far, had 2 games that are both on one side of the spectrum.
Armens definitely has the upper hand, Zando, but I've been seeing sparks from this Aragats team. They have their runs, but the key with them is being able to rebound the ball. Right now, they're having a lot of trouble doing that.
And to be fair, I don't blame them for having trouble rebounding the ball. Between Odiambo, Harut, who his true position is a center, but he's playing forward today. Gabby, who literally can jump out of the gym. And a guy like Roman Davis, who hasn't even seen that many minutes. It's really tough to rebound. All into Helliger. Harut sets a quick screen. Inside corner, Tade. Long, great hustle by Harut. And Collegian on the other end. Quick basket. And Gabby. Too strong, but Harut tries the one-handed putback. I'm going to give him an earful about not pulling that one down after the game. And Greg might have thought it was Cirque du Soleil there with that shot. Armens up 14. Gabby sets. Helliger inside, spin move. And Odiambo just utilizing his size to his advantage, getting the rebound and drawing the foul.
Trent is doing a good job trying to get the body on him, but he's not. When you're boxing on an opponent, you have to push him just a little bit more. You got to push him out of there. That's where your strength comes in. But in this case, with the guy Odiapo, who is not only taller but a bigger player than Trent, it's a tough task.
Is your job as the other guys on the team to help him out when it comes to that? He's going to box him out, but someone else got to jump in there and go for that rebound.
You got to, honestly, at this point with Odiambo, you got to just push him out and have someone else come get it. You got to just completely wipe him out. Collegian retreats. Gabby almost comes away with the steal. 4 on the shot clock. Great job by Collegian creating separation, but not aware of the time. Shot clock violation.
A little tough break there for Armens. Had a layup on the other end.
But I thought Collegian would have just pulled from the corner. He looked like he had a good look.
Again, they're hesitant on a lot of things today. It's not easy when you're playing against a much taller physical team.
Helliger, quick trigger.
Looked like a foul over there.
And Odiambo again. I can't believe someone blocked him. But he gets his own rebound and finds Gabby. Guys, would it be a safe prop bet to say Odiambo leads the league in rebounds? Collegian working on Tahanian. Coronis finds Eliassi. Eliassi right around Odiambo.
Had that layup.
Great burst of speed, but too strong. And Kashishin. Eliassi corner hits it. And you know, we've been talking about Aragats being a little lackadaisical getting back on the break, but on this one, where was Armens? Haru gets to Helliger. Inside Odiambo. Easy finish. Collegian right around Helliger. Into the corner, Lucerian.
Trent just not be able to buy a bucket today.
That's not Trent's strength, shooting that three-pointer. And you got to find your spot on the court. You know, you can't just run to the three-point line if that's what they're giving you. You got to assert yourself.
Quick blow by Eliassi. 14-point game. Kashishian off Odiambo. Ripped by Lucerian. Great job by Trent. Other way, Derek finds Collegian.
Tough angle for that layup. Would have made it a 12-point game, and on the other side, Warren attacking.
Sean just putting his head down. He knew he should have made that one. Coming to the game, David Kazarian.
Kashishian gets it on the inbound. Inside Odiambo, good double team. A little too aggressive. Kashishian right by Eliassi inside. Tahanian and one.
Great playmaking by Tade. Saw a double, saw help coming, and just dished it out right away to Howard, who is a great finisher.
You know, having seen Tade play with different teams at different points in his career, I'm very impressed with the way he's come out today. He's letting the game kind of come to him. He's not forcing anything.
And, you know, Tade, a guy, too, where he doesn't have the time to play basketball as much as he used to, you know, getting into, as I mentioned earlier, into real estate, doing different things, but he still finds a way to impact games. Shabazian corner, short. Kazarian comes, gets the board. Nice touch around the rim.
Making an impact right away, coming in.
Now back to Gabby, who's been quiet this half. Helliger gets Shabazian in the air, called for a travel.
You know, back to your point, Zando, when you get older, obviously you become a little slower, but that can help in a lot of ways when it comes to seeing the game differently. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and Tade, a guy who's played so much high-level basketball. Honestly, the game coming to him slower is an advantage. Eliassi with another great take.
Showing that burst of speed.
He may not be hitting from outside, but he's been doing pretty well inside the three-point line. Shishian backs him down now.
Got to get that rebound if you're Aragats.
Like
work hard.
Go on the break, score a basket,
Yeah.
cut it to 10 points.
I'm not sure if I like that shot by Tade. Clearly, you see Aragats is making a small run. Be a little bit more patient. Move the ball around.
And for Aragats, they're playing right into their hands right now. Chance to cut it to 10. Eliassi decides to cut it to 9.
Big shot. Big shot.
What an impact Derek is making on this game today, guys.
Derek has been great, and it's just that teamwork, the camaraderie ship, picking each other up. Tade and Derek.
Looked like a walk. Got away with it.
Works out for Aragats. They get to push the break. Other end, Greg finds Eliassi. He pulls.
Got to get back if you're Aragats here.
I don't like that strip. Gotta get back. And he'll make you
Tade
pay.
finds Horowitz inside Odiambo. And one.
You know, the one thing in basketball I hate is when you're trying to swipe the ball on the other side of the court. Just get back, play defense. A team as good as Armens, they're going to make you pay.
I like to call that fake defense, the little ole where you just let him go right around you.
Exactly.
Odiambo at the line. Long, Kazarian pulls it down. And look, the Aragats is right there. They've been getting stops. They've been hitting baskets. Just got to keep it going as Greg. No good.
Greg's not able to buy those easy buckets he's used to.
And you know what's the thing? If Collegiate and Greg have better shooting nights, this is a completely different game. Tahanyan with the pull-up. You know, that's a move Hart's actually been adding to his arsenal as Helliger gets the basket. Extending himself, making himself a threat to shoot from the free throw line, from the short corner. Eliassi working on Tade. Gets it to Shabazian. Good time for his first three-pointer of the game.
Big bucket by Alex Shabazian.
Lead back to 10. Gabby. No, Gabby's been quiet from the talking standpoint and the play standpoint. Hasn't really seen the ball in this half. And Harut throws it down.
That was nasty.
Gotta be aware you are on the court.
Hey, look,
What
I used
a
to always
finish
tell
by
him,
Harut.
Harut, you better get up and throw one down.
What a
He
finish.
does it for me all the time now.
No, Aragats has been protecting the paint a little better the last few minutes up until that backdoor from Harut. But you got to keep protecting the paint. Force him to beat you from the outside.
You just got to have a short-term memory. Odiambo wants a lob from Kashishian. And that's just verticality going right up, and he throws it down.
Gotta put a body on him. Too easy for him.
Alex, you guys could get up like that back in your day, right?
On a 6-foot rim, maybe.
Derek and Tade. Inside shovel pass. Outside Collegian. Odiambo might have gotten a piece of that one. Inside. Tahanyan out to Gabby. And over the back, called on Odiambo.
Coming back into the game, Daniel Terrones for Alex Shabazian. Pulled to provide a little more rebounding in there.
More rebounding and maybe another charge. And Roman Davis comes in for Odiambo. He was getting stretched out at halftime, so he might be working with a little bit of an injury. Petrosian out to Eliassi. Derek shall ask, and he shall receive with the foul call. Minute 56 left in the third quarter. Armens up 14. Kardosh in for Kazarian. As well as Surem Meliksetyan coming in. Tade getting a much needed breather.
You know, Zando, it's just what you said earlier about Tade. I'm so used to the guy playing a full game. I haven't seen him this gassed out in a while.
You know, it's just getting the legs back under you. As we've been saying all day. All day. These are long games. Like, you shouldn't be like, I need to play the whole game. Take a break. It's okay. Eliassi, acrobatic finish.
What a take.
Great take.
Wow.
And if you guys look on the opposite sideline,
You know,
Greg is
Gabby's
using
wanting to
his
get back
phone
at
on the
him.
bench. Up top, Davis.
Long three.
Gabby with another board.
Got to help here.
Eliassi brings. And right
Another
around Surem.
bucket.
Just like that, guys, back to 10.
And Derek's been keeping them in it.
It looked like a foul. They didn't call it. I'm surprised.
Fortunate break for Aragats. And look for Derek to just attack the paint right away. Oh, good pass.
Great look.
Woo. Uncle Drew would say that's a pocket pass. And just like that, back within single digits.
Much needed bucket for Armens.
And right away, the silencer. 14 seconds on the clock. Eliassi finds Collegian. Shant misses. Gabby with 3 seconds. 2, 1. Finds Suren.
It looked like Gabby had an open lane right there. Why did he give it up?
Viken looks a little disappointed he didn't take it. Armens up 10 at the end of the third quarter. Aragats fighting back and trying to stay alive in their opener. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part. You know. And
no, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
Fourth quarter about to start. Aragats fighting back from an early deficit. 10-point game. Pat, what's it going to take for them to complete this comeback?
Being able to maintain this pace. They're pressuring Armens to play defense. They're picking them up full. Their speed, they just can't keep up with them right now. Armens' advantage right now is they have the size. As long as they keep utilizing that size, they should be in good shape.
Derek coming off a hot third quarter. They're going to need more of that if they want to finish this one off. Handoff Eliassi. Tahanyan picks him up. Pull up no good, but Taronis is there to clean it up.
Great follow. Coming off, starting the quarter with a plate to get things going.
And that's a big thing. Out of timeouts, out of the end of quarters, you got to have something drawn up to come on and get an easy bucket.
And just like I mentioned, guys, Aragats goes into that 2-3 zone. You got to stick with it for a few possessions, see if it works now.
Gabby gets the basket. Eliassi brings. Handoff Collegian.
One thing I'm liking with Aragats, they're running a few sets. It's not just driving and kicking. I say driving and kicking, that last one.
Pardosh, no good. Other way, Helliger. Short. Pardo battling inside. And the other way is Collegian. Spin move. Petrosian corner. Splash.
Long 2. That kind of hurts because it was
An
an amazing
look.
play.
It was a nice look by Shant.
Great job. Great unselfishness, too. And great positioning by Petrosian spotting up in the corner.
Good
Other
box
side.
out.
Tadek can't hit. And here comes Aragats. Chance to bring it to a 2-possession game. Eliassi pulls. He's going to want that one back. And, you know, it seems like the Armens have been shying away from their size advantage in this second half. They're not really going inside as much.
Guard play is kind of taking over. Tata, Warren, Gabby, they're touching the ball most of the time, and they're not really looking for their bigs that much anymore. Roman hasn't touched the ball in the paint. He's settling for jump shots. If I'm Roman, I want to look to utilize scoring inside.
That'll be another foul call on Toronis. Trent Lucerian checks in for Toronis. And Helliger. Great job by Shant. Other way.
What a take.
That's
Great
just-
play there by Shant. Just like that, guys. 72-78. Aragats down by 6.
That's just all effort. Trosian really confused by that one. He said, I got bumped into.
You know, guys, I never would have expected this to be a 6-point game. They're fighting. They're playing very hard right now.
That's just a testament to Aragats' heart. Tade inside finds Harut. And Kardosh at the rim called for a foul.
Tough play there.
That's a tough break for
I don't know
Aragats.
about that one, guys.
Hurazdan players and coaches warming up behind us. They're questioning that call too. Harut sinks the first.
Well, Diamo coming in for Roman Davis. Roman hasn't really played that much today, Zando.
I mean, I saw him stretching out at halftime. He might be working with cramps or might be hurt, just taking a little time off.
Well, Diamo's a handful.
Harut splits the free throws. Kardosh with the board. Eliassi finds Petrosian. This time it's a 3. And Trent continuing to battle. He may not be popping up in the score sheet with a lot of points, but he's leaving it all out there right now.
Trent and his brother Tyler are very similar in that regard. They're both exceptional, very athletic, and they play extremely hard.
Tyler is what I like to call a pain in the butt every time we've played him.
Ooh,
Kardosh,
on that one.
air
Good
balls
hustle
from the
by
free throw
Trent.
line. 4 seconds. Petrosian.
They look good. They're just not going in for him.
Petrosian had 3 good looks on that possession. Couldn't get one to fall. Tade works his way inside, gets it to Helliger. And blocking foul called on Collegian.
That's where you got to get your feet ready, your body ready, take that charge.
Exactly. I was just going to say that, Alec.
15 foul for Aragats puts Warren at the free throw line with 7 minutes left already in the bonus.
7 minutes left, 7-point lead for Armens. Make it 8 with the free throw.
Greg Kishishin coming in.
And you know
Andrew clearly frustrated. I don't blame him. Those are shots that he can make. It's just they look good. They weren't falling in.
And this Armens team missing a lot of big names. Missing Arthur Javician, brother of Gary, the Armenian sniper. Missing Patrick Panusi. Odiambo draws a foul. Missing Andre Zarabian, as we mentioned earlier, and Nara Kapushin. There's a lot of firepower on this team.
If healthy, that team, when complete, is top 2 team in this league.
Well, they came
Without
into the
question.
tournament #1 in the power rankings. I know the defending champions aren't going to be happy about that.
Yeah, exactly. I would never rule out defending champs, especially when you have arguably the best player in the league, Andre Spite. But they went and added a lot of talent, size, speed, shooting. Moving forward, they're going to be forced to reckon with.
Back on the defending champs point, I might count out the NFL's defending champs after Thursday. They did not look good. Timeout, Aragats.
Want to take this time to just let all our fans and watchers and viewers out there know that we're going to be here all September, guys, all of September and in the beginning of October. Get on Twitter, get on YouTube, get on Twitch. Follow us subscribe. Hit us up. Let us know what you guys want to see more of. We can do player interviews. We can throw in different things for you guys. We'll be here all season long. As we get back to action here, want to give one more shout out to another one of our sponsors, Miasing Incorporated, official media sponsor of the AABA, proud host of the Armenian Dating Show. I'm hoping to see another season coming out soon.
A lot of good people over there at Miasin. Aragats with the ball. Trent, handoff, Derek. Legend finds Kashishian, corner three. Bang, bang.
Big shot.
That's huge. Cuts the lead to 5.
How many people watching this game in the beginning thought that Aragats would be down by 5 with 6 minutes left?
I wouldn't have. I'll be very honest with you.
Sticking to the zone.
And Odiambo just with a thunderous slam.
How are you supposed to guard that? It's extremely difficult, especially when the guards are penetrating.
There's honestly nothing you could do about it at that point.
One thing that I always thought was funny, guys, was a dunk like that in the NBA would bring the crowd roaring. In AABA action, I guess it's just normal here.
you can't lie, though. There's been a great turnout for this game. A lot of people in the stands. You love to see it. You know, the first time we did one of these, Alec Pat, under some different circumstances, some things hindering fans from coming in. It's good to see people coming in now.
It is, Zando. It is. I mean,
can you believe that was almost a year ago?
It's crazy.
That was over a year ago.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Over a year ago. Wow.
Yep, I moved, lived in a different state, came back. This league's still here.
Big rebound here.
Gabby pushes the lead back up to 8. 6 minutes left in the ball game. Aragats not out of it. Kalegian finds Kardosh.
Hasn't been able to get that to go.
Tahanian finds
Nice
Odiambo.
That was a good idea by her. Just
Shot brings. And I like almost every time Aragats comes down, there's a pin down for a guard on one side.
that's why you never stop playing. You gotta keep going. And it looks like Kardosh is hurt, holding on to that pinky.
Shabasian comes back in. Guy who could stretch the floor better, but definitely losing some rebounding with him. Inside Odiambo, that's too easy for him.
That was a good look by Gabby.
That's honestly where I don't mind fouling him. You know, just putting him on the line. There's no chance you have if it's a one-on-one battle with the height.
Eliassi, tough take. Eight-point game with 5 minutes left. And Coach BJ getting loud. I'm sure you guys have been on the receiving end of those many times.
Pat more than me, Zando.
Can't we just say he's been harsh to both of us and leave it at that?
Aragats
But
on
you
the
know,
break.
I do appreciate it. I only learned from that. You know, I wouldn't have been a good player if you didn't help me.
Kashishian corner.
Big shot by Greg.
That's huge. cuts it to 4 or 5. Other way now, Aragats gets another stop. Chance to bring it into a 2-possession game. Shaba's corner.
Looked good, just couldn't fall.
Four minutes left. Armens up 7.
Thought using that clock.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Tade around the defender. Odiambo misses. Gabby misses the follow-up, and Greg pulls it down. Other way, Greg finds Trent, and Trent flicks it up and in.
Back to
Finally
5,
bucket
guys.
couldn't have come at a bigger time.
Aragats staying in it. Helliger.
A lot of time in the paint by Fred over there.
And 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Tade gonna have to force something up. Kashishi and Eliaski on the break. Aragats.
Well, that's
Greg.
a tough shot. I don't know about that one.
Good hustle by Trent.
Shot clock doesn't reset, however. 14 left. Shot checks. Right to the rim.
And can't
Tough
buy
miss,
it.
tough miss.
Two and a
Your
half
Armens
minutes
use
left
clock.
in the game. Viken calls a timeout for Armens.
It was a tough miss by Sean on that last layup. Would have made it a 3-point game with under 3 minutes left.
Real tough game for Shant in this one. Even Eliassi in the first half struggle at times, but you know what? They've been making timely baskets. Even Greg, he's making baskets when they need him most.
But the key was Shant. You don't want to put your head down on those misses. You're still going to need to attack. You still have to play your game. For Armens right now, they're scoring a lot of points in the paint. Odiabo is keeping them in this game. But I want to see a little more productive effort from Warren. Warren and Gabby right now, they need to get a few more touches going. I feel like the ball's dying in their hands every time they have it. They catch it, gotta make a quick effort. Don't hold on to it too long.
I want to say a quick thank you to Henrik Sardarabegin, who's following us and watching us live. Says he loves the commentators, Ando.
Love you too, Henrik. Tade draws contact. And 3-second call. That's huge for Aragats. And Aragats calls a timeout. Guys, you know BJ better than anyone in this whole gym. Who do you think he's going to try to go to here?
Look, he's a coach that has always trusted his point guards and his shooters. And I can definitely see him drawing up some kind of a play right now to either get Greg a shot or to get some kind of a secondary action for Derek or Shant.
I would definitely look for Greg in this one. Like Alex said, trust your point guard. Derek has been making great decisions all game. You either want the ball in his hand or Greg's hand at this point.
This might be a good time to use Derek as a decoy. Maybe force an extra defender to come his way. Get Greg an easy look. Maybe get Sean cutting.
You know, Zando, Greg comes to these academy runs all the time, and the players are somewhat familiar with him. They know he's going to want to get a shot up. Maybe Greg is that decoy. Maybe Derek is the one they actually want to go to.
2 minutes, 18 seconds left. Armens up by 5. Here we go.
But if you're Alex Shabazian or if you're Trent, you have to be ready. That's for sure. Let's see if Armens can get a stop here.
Greg gets a look he wants.
Just like I thought, guys. Going to Greg for that shot. He just
That's a
couldn't
good
hit
look.
it.
It's a good
Very
look. for
good
him.
look. Minute 55 left in the ball game. Aragats still in it, only down 5.
You don't want any risky fouls, and if you're Armens, you want to take care of this basketball.
And I get trying to run some clock, but I think these long possessions are hurting Armens. Odiambo with the board hit in the face.
We talked about prior to the game how Aragats was in a lot of close games last season, lost a lot of tough close games. This seems to be the case again today.
And that's a 5th foul on Collegian. Yamo knocks down the first, lead up to 6.
Once again, our last game of the day is going to start about 5 to 10 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Zando, who do we have in our next one?
Next one, we got the defending champions, Hrazdan versus Avon. Avon, one of the deeper teams in this tournament, and Hrazdan, they got the face of the league in Andre Spite. 5 on the shot clock. Tades steps back on Petrosian. No good. Aragats on the break. Tahanian gets out on Derek. Eliassi hits the deck. Foul on Gabby.
Looks like the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
You got to think it's going to be hard for Aragats to win this game without a basket on this possession. Shot clock at 14, minute 10 on the game clock.
Trent had to look. Gotta get up quick.
Petrosian inside. Looks like he might have been fouled.
They're not gonna call that one.
And a possession here could do it. Or a bucket on this
Oh,
possession
it looked like
could
a
do it.
carry possibly there.
And they're gonna want to use up the clock on this one.
Gabby versus Shabazz.
You don't want to get beat here.
And Greg comes up with the steal other way. Looked like he had Eliassi. Takes it himself. Follows his shot. Gets the rebound. Trent.
Good look.
Cuts the lead to 4. BJ calls a timeout. Game's not over yet.
4-point game. Anything can happen, guys. But they're fighting. I give Aragats credit. They are fighting.
Look, there's about a 12-second difference between the shot and the game clock. I personally like playing the foul game when it comes to this kind of a scenario if the right guy gets the ball. If a guy like Fred, maybe even actually it looks like they took out everyone else that could have been a bad free throw shooter. But if a guy like Fred gets the ball, I would foul him.
Aragats extending their defense to full court.
Greg picks up Helliger double team. He gets around it.
No need for a foul at this point.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Looked like a double dribble. He misses.
Good
Shabazz pulls him
defense. Here we
down.
go.
Thought Petrosian would throw it up to Eliassi for a second. He catches in the corner.
Big shot there.
In and out for Derek.
That was a tough break.
That's
That
a
was a
real
good look.
tough break. You know what? You got to give them credit. They fought till the end. another player fouling out. Trent picking up his 5th foul. Haru hits the first free throw.
I think that should do it, guys.
Lead up to 9 seconds. Barring a miracle, Armens has this one wrapped up. Haru hits both. 6-point game. Gabby deflects it. Clock didn't start there. Clock adjusted into Kishishin. Quick trigger. No good. Tahanyan pulls down the rebound, and that'll do it for our 2nd game on opening day. The Armens take down Aragats 88-82 in a thriller.
Might not have gotten the win, but they put in a great effort. But Armens collectively, very talented team, and moving forward, they're gonna have many battles.
Definitely excited to see more of Aragats this season. And guys at home, don't go anywhere. We got one more game. The defending champion, Harazdan, will be taking on Avon in just a few moments. The new stream will be starting soon.